Rebecca Lucy Taylor, better known by her stage name Self Esteem, is heading into what may be the most demanding and defining period of her career yet. As a proud Rotherham native, she has steadily built a reputation as one of the most honest, bold, and emotionally resonant voices in British pop culture. And according to recent reports, 2026 is set to be an incredibly busy year for her, filled with music, acting, festivals, and major public appearances, alongside some very real reflections on balance, pressure, and personal well-being. To understand why 2026 is shaping up to be such a huge year, it helps to look at what Rebecca Lucy Taylor has already accomplished. Over the past few years, Self Esteem has evolved from an indie artist into a nationally celebrated performer, known not just for catchy pop songs, but for lyrics that tackle confidence, vulnerability, feminism, and self-worth head-on. Her work resonates deeply because it feels lived in and truthful, and that authenticity has earned her a loyal following. In 2025, her career reached a new level. She released her third studio album, titled A Complicated Woman, which was widely praised for its emotional depth and fearless honesty. The album cemented her status as an artist unafraid to challenge expectations, both musically and personally. That same year, she received the Ivors Visionary Award, a major recognition of her influence as a songwriter and cultural figure. It was a clear signal that Rebecca Lucy Taylor was no longer just rising. She had arrived. Her live performances in 2025 were just as significant. She appeared at Glastonbury Festival, one of the most prestigious stages in music, and delivered performances that blended pop theater and raw emotion. Perhaps one of the most striking moments of the year was her appearance at Wembley Stadium, where she performed ahead of the England Lionesses' match against China. Playing Wembley is a milestone few artists ever reach, and it highlighted just how far she has come from her early days. All of this momentum feeds directly into what's planned for 2026, and the schedule is intense. One of the biggest commitments already confirmed is her role in the West End musical Teeth and Smiles. Rebecca Lucy Taylor will play the character Maggie in a 12-week run at the Duke of York's Theatre in London, running from March through to June. A West End role is no small undertaking. It requires stamina, consistency, and emotional energy night after night. Taking on such a long theatrical run shows her ambition to expand beyond music and establish herself as a serious actor as well. But the theater run is only part of the picture. Once summer arrives, Self Esteem's focus shifts straight back to live music, with a packed festival and headline schedule. In July alone, she is set to headline on the Mount Festival at Wasing near Reading, headline a major show at Museum Gardens in York, and perform at Cardiff Castle, where she will be joined by special guest Kay Tempest. These are not small gigs. They are major outdoor events, each with thousands of fans, high expectations, and significant preparation. On top of those headline shows, she is also scheduled to appear at festivals such as Latitude and potentially others throughout the summer. This means that after finishing an intense West End run, she will move almost immediately into a demanding touring and festival season. Physically and mentally, that kind of transition is challenging for any performer. What makes this story especially compelling is that Rebecca Lucy Taylor is open about the cost of such success. In recent interviews, she has spoken candidly about the pressure that comes with constantly working, performing, and being visible. She has acknowledged that the nonstop hustle can be damaging, and that there are moments when she has to ask herself a difficult question. Does she really have to destroy herself to keep going? This level of honesty is part of why audiences connect so strongly with Self Esteem. She doesn't present fame as effortless or glamorous. Instead, she talks openly about exhaustion, mental health, and the challenge of maintaining a sense of self while meeting the demands of a high-profile career. As she looks toward 2026, she has suggested that she may need to slow down in certain areas, or at least be more selective, in order to protect her well-being. Another key shift she has mentioned is how her priorities are changing. Earlier in her career, music came before everything else. Now, she is thinking more carefully about her life as a whole, and whether constant work is always the right answer. That doesn't mean stepping away from creativity. It means finding a way to sustain it without burnout. For fans in Rotherham and beyond, this makes her journey even more meaningful. Rebecca Lucy Taylor represents a local success story with national impact, but she remains grounded in her roots and honest about the reality behind the spotlight. Her achievements in music, theater, and live performance are impressive, but her willingness to speak openly about the personal cost of success adds another layer to her influence. As 2026 approaches, it's clear that self-esteem is entering a defining chapter. With a major West End role, headline festival slots, and continued cultural recognition, her career is reaching new heights. At the same time, she is navigating the challenge of protecting her health and identity in an industry that often demands everything. Whether on stage singing to thousands, performing night after night in the West End, or speaking openly about self-worth and resilience, Rebecca Lucy Taylor continues to shape her career on her own terms. And if 2026 is as busy as it looks, it may also be the year she proves that success doesn't have to come at the cost of self-esteem.